let's talk about a word that you probably use, hear, or interact with dozens of times a day. A word that literally runs the modern internet. But what you might not know is that this word is at the center of a huge legal fight.
So let me just ask you straight up. Did you know that the word JavaScript is actually a trademark? I mean, really a trademark? That little TM symbol you see next to it? Yeah, that's not just for decoration. It's the flag in a tug-of-war between a giant tech corporation and, well, pretty much the entire global developer community. Yep, you heard that right. The name of the most popular programming language on the planet is the official intellectual property of Oracle. Now, they got it when they acquired Sun Microsystems, and honestly, it's kind of a weird relic from an old marketing plan to tie it to Java, a plan that never really went anywhere. But the ownership stuck, and that has some pretty big consequences.
So why should you care? What's the actual problem here? Well, it gets complicated fast when a single company owns the common name for a language that millions of people use to build their careers, their businesses, and the web itself.
The whole disagreement really boils down to this simple contrast. On one side, you have Oracle, who says, hey, JavaScript is our brand name. It's our property and we control it. But on the other side, you have the developer community arguing that no, the name has become the generic term for the language. You know, like how aspirin or escalator started out as brand names, but now they're just what we call the thing.
And this isn't just some philosophical debate. It creates a genuine, if a bit fuzzy, legal risk for people. If you're a developer, think about it. You could be naming a new software product, putting on a conference, or even just writing on your resume that you're a JavaScript developer. And technically, you're using a word someone else says they own.
And that chilling effect is exactly why you sometimes see the official and, let's be real, super clunky name ECMA script pop up. It's the proper technical name for the standard, sure, but nobody walks around saying I'm an ECMA script developer. It's what companies use when their lawyers tell them to play it safe.
So, because of all this, a formal legal challenge has been filed to get Oracle's trademark canceled, and the whole case is built on two key legal ideas. Let's break them down real quick.
First up is genericness. This argument is pretty straightforward. The claim is that JavaScript has just become the normal, everyday word for the language. When you say JavaScript, nobody on earth thinks of an Oracle product line. They think of the code that makes websites interactive. The brand has become the thing itself.
The second argument is abandonment. Here, the challengers are saying that Oracle doesn't even use JavaScript as a brand for its own stuff. I mean, they didn't create the language, they don't really maintain it, so how can they argue they're actively using the trademark in commerce? If you don't use it or defend it, the law says you can lose it.
And this quote really sums up the entire legal strategy. The folks challenging Oracle believe that U.S. law is crystal clear on this. You can't own a word that's become generic, and you can't own a trademark you've abandoned. They're arguing that JavaScript fits not one, but both of those categories.
Okay, so with that legal groundwork, let's look at how this all escalated into a real, full-blown legal battle, spearheaded by the community itself.
This is where it gets personal. This quote is from Ryan Dahl, the guy who created Node.js. And he said this because, get this, when Oracle went to renew its trademark, they allegedly used a screenshot of the Node.js website, a totally separate open-source project, as their proof that the trademark was being used. As you can imagine, that did not go over well.
Now for a really recent and critical update. That whole Node.js screenshot thing led to an initial claim of fraud. But on June 18th, the Trademark Board dismissed that specific claim. Now on the surface, that sounds like a huge loss, right? But the legal team behind the challenge actually saw it as an opportunity.
What they did was a classic strategic pivot. Instead of getting stuck in the mud for months trying to refile and argue the fraud claim, they made a call. They decided to drop it and pour all of their energy into the two arguments they think are the strongest: genericness and abandonment. It's about streamlining the fight and focusing on the main event.
So that brings us right up to the present day. Where does the case stand now? And what can we all expect to see happening next? Things are moving pretty fast. The next big date is August 7th. That's the deadline for Oracle to file its official response to these claims of genericness and abandonment. I think a lot of us are very curious to see how they defend their position. Right after that, on September 6th, the discovery phase kicks off. That's when both sides start gathering all their evidence, which could mean digging up old documents or even conducting public surveys.
And make no mistake, this isn't just a few lawyers in a back room. The public support for this is enormous. We're talking more than 26,000 developers who have signed an open letter publicly asking Oracle to just let it go, to release the trademark for everyone to use.
And that support is very real and very practical. The community is crowdfunding the legal fees, aiming to raise $200,000 to cover the costs of this huge fight. People are spreading the word everywhere on social media, using the hashtag #FreeJavaScript. It's a true grassroots movement, powered by the very people who use the language every day.
At the end of the day, this whole case is about more than just legal definitions. It really asks a huge philosophical question that's at the heart of our digital world. If a language is built, shaped, and given life by a global community, who really owns it? Who should own its name? It really makes you think, should a language belong to everyone who uses it,